Hey guys, it's Ep46 here and welcome back to episode 46 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode, as you might have noticed, we're not going to be using Facecam, purely because today is going to be a double upload, something I don't do very regularly, and also I just kind of want to see what you guys think of the videos without Facecam, how crucial it is to obviously you watching the videos, so I'll be interested to see what you think to that. This is the second video of the day, like I said before. The previous video was the Dortmund career mode episode, to kind of make up for not uploading properly yesterday with a career mode video. So before we get into things, if we could go ahead and hit 35 likes on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Don't forget, if you click the link below in the description, you can follow me on Twitter as well, at GameFaceHD. And let's crack on with today's episode. So we've got the summer transfer window to try and get a little bit further through. I was going to say complete, but I don't think we will quite be able to complete it in today's episode. Game against Granada in the final of the pre-season tournament. That's an important one, because I said that if we were to win that one, we would sign Zinchenko on loan for a 2-year loan and see how he gets on with us. He's obviously got a very large wage budget, so it's a little bit of a risk, but if we get the money from winning this, then we'll sign him. And we've got some other players as well to try and sign. So let's change around the team and see whether we can win the pre-season tournament by simming the game. And yeah, let's find out what sort of side we'll be able to put out. Okay, this is the side I've gone with. Bailey Peacock, Farrell starting in goal. Eiling, Denayer, Taylor, Snodgrass, Vieira, Delph, Gray, Cook, Roof and Berahino all playing forwards. Quite a strong team, one of our stronger sides. Can we beat Granada? Let's skip it. And we lost on penalties. Oh, it was a 2-2 draw, lost on penalties. Do we get any money for coming second, or do we not get any money at all? Let's wait and find out. I can't quite remember now how it works. We have got... No, we've not got anything. That's such a shame. Also, the Zinchenko deal's expired now as well. We might go back to that one. 73 grand a week, though, seems a lot of money. We've got a transfer offer in, and it's one of our youngsters. We're trying to get rid of loads of players listed, because our squad is so big. We need to get rid of the players that we won't be using. So it's Morecambe there. We're going to ask for a little bit more for him. And we got a contract offer rejected by Diame. In the last episode, we put in a bid for him. He's getting a little bit older now, but we need a new centre attacking mid. And I think, what was it? He's not interested in relocating from Newcastle to Leeds. Not a huge relocation, like it's a different country. It's still in the north of England, so I don't know why he's got such an issue with that. We will go 36 grand a week. Maybe that'll persuade him slightly, and we will go important first team player. I think he'll be a very good player for us, I really do. I think he'd be nice and physical, he'd be great at shooting, quite an athlete as well. So we are really looking forward to hopefully trying to sign him, but we'll wait and see exactly what happens. We've got quite a few transfer reports to take a look at, scout reports to take a look at, on a few different players we've been scouting. One of them was a right-back suggested a couple of episodes ago. Extremely fast, very tall, actually looks very good. I've never heard of him before though, but yeah, it does look a very good right-back. I like very fast players. He's obviously 6'2" as well, so really kind of fits everything I'm after, to be honest. Maybe we will put in a bid for him, and he's going to be between 7 and 8 million. That's the only downside, the price. Do I have anybody to give them? Oh, I've chucked in that many different players from that many different deals in the last episode, and I've got no idea who could be going where. It seems like Barani's the player we're going to try and get rid of, so we'll go with him, and I think 4 million to go to begin with, and we'll see what they say to that. We don't have loads of money to spend, so we obviously can't afford to go all in just with this guy. Another right back which we've been scouting, and he plays for Hearts. It's a similar sort of player, just not quite as good overall. He's a very fast one, again 6'2", and would be quite an interesting player for us actually. 12 months left on his deal. Maybe this is a more realistic one for us. He's 72 overall. I think we could actually make him a genuinely very good player. I think his defensive side of things isn't as good, but he is great going forward. Strength is 92 as well, so he could actually be a good signing for us. We might do a similar sort of deal and get one or the other. He's obviously going to be the cheaper option, and we might actually be able to get away with maybe 500 grand and Berahino. No, Berardi, not Berahino. Transfer offer in for Barrow, 18.5 million. He's not transfer listed, he's currently unhappy, and he was saying that he's disappointed with the lack of game time recently. 18.5 million, that's a big amount of money for Barrow. It's tempting, it really is tempting, because that would nearly triple our budget, which would be fantastic. But Barrow's an important player for us. How important is he though? Is he going to be worth like 20 million? Could we ask for a little bit more? I think we might actually ask for a bit more here. That gives us some more money to spend on improving the squad. We've got to bear in mind we've got Champions League football as well, so even though I don't want to sell one of our better players, I think we might have to, in order to improve the whole squad. So last for 22.5 million, and I think I'd be happy to accept that if they were to go ahead and match it. We've also taken a look at the young Man United centre-back. He wants a bigger role in the squad. He will really probably be a sporadic first-team player. I'm not too sure what I gave him before. That might have been what I gave him before, to be honest. I can't quite remember. But I think squad rotational, we'll go with that, and hopefully he won't get too angry about that one. We've finally got some transfer offers accepted, and Elect have accepted the bid that we put in for Kara in the last episode. Now, if you remember back to, I think it was FIFA 16, it might be FIFA 15, we signed this guy, and he was incredible. I've got no idea what overall he is this year, and I've not scouted him fully yet, so we are going to just continue it with it, though, and put in a wage offer of 25 grand a week. We'll go with a 3-year deal, an important first-team player, so we could get him for 4 million. That would be quite a nice signing for us. We are looking to try and sign one more centre-back, because I think we do need that now. We've got Cooper on the way out, and I think we sold Cooper, and I think we've got another one on the way out as well. I think it was Lascelles that went last episode. Fulham have also accepted the bid that I put in for Callas. That involves just Aaron's. Strange one, but Aaron's is going on the way out. If you saw last episode, you'll understand why. But yeah, we're going to try and sign Callas, another player that can obviously play right back, but can also play centre-back. Now we're playing 3 centre-backs. We need someone that can do both those roles, and he seems like the perfect option for us. 30 grand a week. Again, still awaiting his scout report and to fully see what overall he is. He seems like a good player, and Newcastle have come back and rejected the bid for Dwight Gale. Okay, so I don't think they wanted Chris Wood. They don't want Antonsen. And that means we're left with not many other alternatives, to be honest. We might just have to go with money, see what they say to it. Unless they want... Do you think they'll want Corey Smith? Yeah, we'll give it a go, see what they say. 2.5 million on top of that, slowly increasing the amount we'll offer them as well. Diame's finally accepted the contract offer now. We can sign him if we want to. I don't think we've got anybody else in that position that we're looking to try and sign at the moment. I don't think we do anyway. We'll take a look now. So it will be a nice signing for us. Diame is the only centre attacking mid that we're looking at. So I think what we will do is sign him up and add him to our squad. That means he'll be able to play for this game against Man United, which we should get to in today's episode. Also, a quick note, the first league game of the season is against Man United, so 2 games against them back-to-back will make things very interesting. Our start to the season will be fairly tough from that. But yeah, Diame signs for as a proper centre attacking mid now to play that position. He's an out-and-out centre attacking mid, and he can also play centre mid as well if I want him to, but I'd probably play him a bit further forward. I can see him getting us some goals here. That is what I'm after. I'm after a goal scorer from that position. Ever since Pablo Hernandez asked to leave the club, we've been needing a centre attacking mid. Okay, so player drills this week. We've got Anderson there going up to 76 overall. Other than that, not too much progress this week, but still, it's good enough to get our centre back going up. Leipzig have come back and said they are interested in the player I've included, but want 9 million on top of that. That for me is ridiculous. We are completely priced out of this one. 4 million was a lot for us. We certainly cannot do 9 million. I don't think he's worth that much. Even if we do get the money in for Barrow, I wouldn't want to get him. So we will just not go ahead with that. It's a shame because he does have some decent stats, but they're not good enough, really, for me to go out and pay that sort of money for him. So we won't go ahead with that one. And speaking of Barrow, they've decided to match at 22.5 million. It's a lot of money, and they have decided to match it. Hopefully the contract gets agreed and everything like that, because then we'll need to look for a replacement for him. I think initially when we started this code, that was a really good signing for us. He's grown loads with us. Now it's time to sell him on. We are a selling club at times. It's a shame to say that, but it is the case really with some of the youngsters. He's obviously not one of them youngsters, but he's one of our better players. We got Man United and the centre-back accepting the contract. He could sign for us. I think I'll stall on that one though for now, because we'll wait and see what happens with the other deals we're trying to get done. Okay, I think what we're going to do is inquire about Moreno, the Man City youngster. He's been out on loan. I think in real life he's out on loan at the moment. We are going to inquire about him. We're also going to inquire about Patrick Roberts as well. We're currently scouting both of them. We'll wait and see what comes back about them. Obviously, as a replacement for Barrow, we need to try and find someone. Patrick Roberts would be nice, but I just think that his height will kind of let us down a little bit in the Premier League. I think we might need someone a bit stronger. And obviously, Moreno isn't much stronger, but we'll have a bit of money to spend. Maybe we can afford to get someone that's a bit better than those two. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to continue to take a look at some other players as well, some other options, and we'll see what's best. Mertens could be an interesting option for us. He's a little bit older now. He's still very, very fast. 81 overall, 31 years old. We'll add him to the shortlist and inquire about him as well. But Mertens, not someone I thought would be in our price range. He seems like he could be. So we'll continue to scout him and we'll take a look at some other players as well. Okay, plenty of emails to take a look at now. We'll move on from looking at wingers and we'll get back to it soon. Hearts have come back and rejected the bid that we put in for their right back. They're interested in the player still. They want 2.6 million as well as Berardi. We're going to go 1.5. that should be nearest the amount where we can get some sort of bid accepted. He's only on 4,600 a week. I didn't realise that. It would be a bargain if we could sign him. Morecambe have come back and said they were willing to pay what he is worth. We'll happily accept that as well. And he should be on his way now, John Johnston. And onto the Cara deal. He loves living here, doesn't want to relocate, but he could be persuaded. So basically, give me more money and I will join you. 30 grand a week is what we're going to go with. 3-year deal, important first team player. And that's maybe as far as I go with that one. And Callas has accepted the contract, which is great news. No further talks, though, regarding, is it Dwight Gale, I assume? I'm pretty sure he's the only player I've looked at. So, yeah, no further talks with him. That's a shame. We'll have to move on to other targets. But, yeah, Callas has accepted the contract, and he could sign with Aarons going the other way. But, obviously, with Barrow leaving, would it be sensible to hold on to Aarons? Although he's not playing that well in-game. Could we make him play well in game? There's so many questions, and I need to try and answer them. Okay, we'll leave that one for a second. We've got an inquiry here for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. That's simply out of our budget. And before we decide on those players, whether we sign them or not, we've got some more transfer offers in, this time for Lewis Cook. Augsburg want him for 7 million. I've no interest of selling Lewis Cook whatsoever. He's not played loads for us, but he's playing enough. He's certainly an important part of the team, so we've got no interest in selling him. Same with Janssen. Really, just those sort of amounts aren't good enough. Let's move on now to take a look at some of the inquiries. Moreno for Man City. Actually, 8 million Pep Guardiola wants for him. We could probably get him for a little bit less. Patrick Roberts, 7 million. Mertens, 21. Redmond's 14. Townsend, 24. Townsend, that's a lot of money for him. We're going to rule him out straight away. But yeah, we still haven't got the Barrow deal over the line just yet, so obviously we can't put in any particular big bids, but we can put in a couple that we can actually afford at the moment. So what we will do is go with a bid for Moreno. We can only just afford a £6 million bid, I think, to begin with. I think that's a fair amount. Do we try and include someone? I mean, I don't really want to have to get rid of any more of our wingers. But the Aarons, it's tempting to keep Orlando Aarons, it really is, after Barrow's leaving. Maybe that will be the sensible option. We'll still get in a winger anyway, but yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that. We'll go with, I think, a £5.5 million bid to begin with. Obviously, a little bit underneath the £8 million they're asking for. I think we'll leave Patrick Roberts. I can't see him being a huge impact in game, so we'll rule him out now. And Mertens, I think it's tempting. I think it's really tempting to try and sign him. He's obviously got great quality. He's proven in various different leagues. He's a good free kick taker as well. So, yeah, it would be nice to have him in the team, but obviously we can't afford to put in a bid just yet. Redmond, 14 million, that'd be quite a nice one for us as well. So we'll leave those two for now, but we need to focus on these now. What do I do with these two players? I need a new right back. I don't know whether Callas is the one. I mean, he can play both the positions I'm after, but as part of a deal involving Aarons, that just makes things a little bit more complicated. So what we're going to do is wait and see what happens with this Barrow deal. If it goes, you see, this is why you wait, because it seems like transfer talks might have broken down. Have they? Yes, they could not agree on wages. Now, I say yes in a happy way, but also a little bit disappointed as well, because we were going to get some good money for Barrow there. That's why I wasn't going to accept the Callas deal, because obviously now Barrow's staying, then we can get rid of Aarons. So that kind of changes things very, very quickly. I'm glad I waited a couple more days. We've also got a player being sold, 170 grand for him. Hearts have accepted the bid I put in for Patterson, so now we can start to tie up some of the other deals. But I can't see Barrow leaving now. I know it's a big U-turn in this episode already, and we are going to just match the 7 grand that he wants. We'll go with a 4-year deal. I see this guy probably more joining us than Callas. I mean, he's obviously a lot faster. He can only play right back though, unlike Callas, who can play centre back. But yeah, I'm not really too sure. I'd rather probably go for someone a little bit cheaper, save a bit of our money, and try and develop him. He's 72 overall. I think he could grow a little bit for us as well. So I think what we will do is reject that offer, and I don't think Aarons will leave us. Or at least not for now, anyway. And what we will do is accept this one, bring in the Man United youngster, and hopefully try and get him developing for us. I think he'd be a great player. I'm hoping that he can grow a little bit. He obviously won't be playing loads for us. That means the Cara deal is probably going to be put to the back of the line now, to be honest. If not, then it might actually just be completely forgotten about, because I don't think we need another centre-back after this guy, so he will be our probably final signing for the centre-back position, I'd hope anyway, in this window, unless obviously we get in a substantial bid for someone else. But yeah, that's probably the final centre-back that we needed, I think, to kind of complete things. is. So I'm very happy with that. We've also got loads of players now back from international duty, which is great to have the full squad. And yeah, I don't know whether we'll make too many more signings. There's obviously one or two that could come in still. But yeah, it doesn't seem like Barrow will leave us now. So a huge change very quickly. We went from looking at these sort of quality players to now not needing to sign any of them. Cara has also accepted the contract offer for him, and we will obviously reject that now. I don't think we need him. He was on a much larger wage, and he cost us 4 million as well, so we don't need him. We are still hoping to sign Patterson from Hearts. I think that'll be a really good signing for us, actually. A more realistic sort of sign that Leeds would probably make, to be honest. Look to alternative leagues, try and sign a little bit of a cheaper player. So it's a Leeds sort of signing, basically. I'm not too sure what nationality he is, though. I don't know whether he's Scottish or English or other nationality. I might take a look at that now. He is Scottish, and actually looks quite good. I'm happy with most of his stats. I think his defending ones could be better. Obviously, for a defender, you want them to be pretty good, but we can train those up. His physical stats, though, do look very good. Interestingly, Man City have accepted the bid that we put in for Moreno. Now then, he wants 80 grand a week. We obviously can't afford to do that, and we have no longer a need to bring in a winger, so obviously this deal seems like it could be off the table, but if we were to get rid of Aarons, we could still sign Moreno, and obviously have a little bit of money to sign Patterson as well, so maybe we'll transfer list Aarons and see whether we get in any sort of offers from him. Transfer offer in for Jonathan Ward, one of our youngsters. We're going to send him out on loan to Morecambe, and we'll hopefully see him grow in overall over the next few months and year. And we've got Cam Patterson accepting the contract. Fantastic news. That means Barani will now leave us. He'll go to Hearts. A strange move for him, maybe, but a good signing for us. We're very happy with that. 72 rated, and yeah, 23 years old. So really, really happy with that signing, actually. A big underdog, never heard of him before, so I thank you very much for the suggestion a few episodes back to give me that idea to sign him. He looks really good, got a giant throw-in as well if we were wanting to use it, and I'm looking forward to using him in game. Transfer offer in for Ewan Walker, 130 grand, and we are looking to try and get rid of him. I think I'll just accept that to save the hassle of someone coming back to try and put in an amount that's closer to obviously his value. We'll just accept it. It saves time really for us. Anderson wants to discuss his wage, and that's probably understandable. He's starting to go up in overall for us, and now is looking more and more likely of getting into our starting 11. So we'll offer him a new contract, see what he is after. He's currently on 625 grand a week. He's only wanting £800 a week. Oh, we'll happily do that. No issue with doing that, considering what overall he is. And yeah, we'll offer him, I think, a squad rotational player. I think he deserves to have an increase in his squad role. And speaking of Anderson, he's going up to 77. He's gone up 2 overalls just in this episode. That's fantastic. And he's now 77 overall, catching up his fellow Swedish centre-back as well. I'm not too sure what overall he is now, actually. Is he 78? I can't remember. But he's certainly doing very well. He's grown nicely over the last few weeks. He is 78, so both of them are now very close to each other. We've also got the young Man United centre-back that we signed going up to 72. And I think a couple of other players as well might have just gone up. Lewis Cook being one of them, and Gray being another. Our squad's looking really strong at the moment. I can't wait to start the season. I can't wait to be competing in the Champions League. It's going to be a really, really good season ahead. I don't think we'll quite get to it, though, this episode. It might be that we play Man United twice next episode. Player sold, Ewan Walker goes. We get 80 grand for him. We've got Robert Anderson accepting the new contract as well. And we've got Barrow saying, thanks, boss, for putting him into the team. Yeah, that's great news. He no longer wants to leave by the sounds of it, which is fantastic. So I think that's where we'll end the episode for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We kind of had a bit of a strange episode, to be honest. We went from nearly selling one of our best players for £22.5 million to not selling him and bringing in more sort of conservative players that are worth a little bit less. But still making some really good signings, I think. So I'm really, really happy with the squad at the moment. It's looking fantastic. Hopefully it's enough. If it's not enough, then obviously we can invest in the January transfer window, and we'll see what sort of players we're able to bring in then if we need them. But so far our squad is looking really, really good. Can't wait for the season ahead. But that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget, you can still leave your suggestions for players to sign. We're still on the 18th, is it? No, the 12th of August, in fact, so even longer to still sign players. The season will be starting next episode with a game against Man United in the Community Shield to play, followed by a game against them in the league as well. But thank you all so much for watching today's episode. If we could go ahead and hit 35 likes, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. It'd be absolutely fantastic. And don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter as well, at GamefaceHD, where I'll happily reply to your tweets and talk to you on there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.